Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news, so here we are, folks. And if you've been paying attention to what's happening around the NFC North, you know that the Detroit Lions are making some intriguing moves that could have long-term implications for the team's future. The Lions, a team that's been climbing steadily over recent seasons, is now adding some new pieces to their roster, specifically in the tight end room, an area that's always been crucial for their offensive scheme. And trust me, this isn't just about adding numbers. It's about strategic depth, blocking power, and potential hidden talents that could help push Detroit even further this season. Recently, news broke that the Lions signed Steven Stylianos, a tight end who previously played at Iowa State and also has experience with the Tennessee Titans as an undrafted free agent. His journey isn't your typical NFL story. After starting his career in the NFL, he moved to the UFL, which shows his resilience and his relentless pursuit of his football dreams. But what really catches the eye about Stylianos is his physical stature and blocking ability, which are exactly what the Lions need, especially considering their heavy emphasis on a strong rushing attack. The Lions, under head coach Dan Campbell, have always prioritized a tough, physical game, and adding a player like Stylianos could be a strategic move to bolster their run-blocking schemes. Now, it's important to recognize that Stylianos faces a tough road ahead. Coming into camp after missing most of it, and just having played a handful of games with the San Antonio Brahmas in the spring, he's at a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to catching up with the team's playbook and rhythm. Still, what he brings to the table isn't just about catching passes. His blocking, his size, and his versatility could make him a valuable asset, especially on third downs or goal line situations where physicality makes all the difference. And let's not forget, Stylianos has some history with a key teammate of the Lions, Sam Laporta. They played together at Iowa State, which could give him a slight edge in terms of chemistry and understanding the offensive philosophy that Laporta has been thriving within. Laporta, as many of you know, has quickly become a favorite among Lions fans and a rising star in the NFL at tight end, thanks to his reliable hands and football IQ. Having someone like Stylianos, who understands the grind and the expectations of the team from their college days, could be a subtle but important boost for the Lions' tight end rotation. But let's talk about the competition for the third tight end spot, because that's where things get really interesting. The Lions already have Shane Zylstra, Zach Horton, and Kenny Yeboah vying for that role, and now, with Stylianos entering the fold, the battle intensifies. It's a classic case of trying to find the right mix, players who can contribute in multiple facets of the game. Zylstra, for example, has shown flashes of playmaking ability, and Horton has been a solid blocker and special teams contributor. Yeboah, on the other hand, has some intriguing upside as a pass catcher. But Stylianos, with his size and blocking prowess, could tip the scales if he manages to impress in the limited opportunities he gets in camp and preseason. This brings us to the preseason, a critical period for these fringe players. The Lions played their first preseason game last week, and while Stylianos didn't have the chance to showcase his skills there, he's certainly going to be eager for any opportunity to do so. And I know many of you are wondering, will he get a shot in the upcoming game against the Atlanta Falcons? That remains to be seen, but with the Lions trying to evaluate their roster options, every snap counts, especially for someone trying to carve out a role in this tight end room. Switching gears a bit, this move also ties into the bigger picture of the Lions' offensive development. Jared Goff has been leading an offense that's looking to take the next step, and having reliable weapons in the tight end position is crucial. Laporta has already proven to be a key target, but adding depth behind him can keep the offense unpredictable and resilient. It also gives the coaching staff more flexibility in their game plans, knowing they have additional options to block, catch, or even surprise defenses with some trick plays involving tight ends. And let's talk a little about the broader context of this offseason for Detroit. The team has made some bold moves, but it's also about fine-tuning the roster, identifying those players who can perform under pressure, and building a cohesive unit that can contend not just in the NFC North, but across the entire NFC. The division itself is shaping up to be more competitive than ever, especially with teams like the Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers, and Chicago Bears all making moves of their own. So every roster decision, every signing, every camp battle, it all adds up to the bigger picture of Detroit's quest for another Super Bowl run. Now, the quarterback situation is also worth mentioning because it's intertwined with how the offense will perform overall. Jared Goff, the veteran leader, is expected to be the starter once again, but the battle behind him is heating up. Hendon Hooker, the young quarterback drafted in 2023, has been impressing some observers, despite not having a lock on the number 2 spot yet. Kyle Allen, the veteran, struggled in the first preseason game, throwing some costly interceptions and showing some inconsistency. That's why the Lions coaching staff is paying close attention to preseason performances, trying to determine who will be the reliable backup that can step in if needed. And here's a quick reminder, Hendon Hooker is expected to start in the upcoming preseason game against the Falcons. That's a big opportunity for him to show what he can do and possibly solidify his position as the backup. But for Stylianos, or any of the other tight ends, every snap, every catch, every block is a chance to impress and secure a spot on the final roster. Looking ahead, the Lions have a few more preseason games to evaluate their players and make those critical roster cuts. It's a stressful but exciting time for everyone involved, coaches, players, and us fans. Every player, including Stylianos, has a chance to leave a lasting impression and help shape the team's future. This is what makes training camp and preseason so thrilling. It's a time of uncertainty, hope, and fierce competition. And for you, the dedicated Lions fans, it's your passion that keeps this team going. Every signing, every game, every play is part of this ongoing story of resilience and ambition. The Lions have shown they're building something special, and these offseason moves are clues to the direction they're heading. Whether it's the addition of Stylianos to bolster their tight end depth, or the quarterback battles that could define their season, every detail matters. And I'll be here to keep you updated, breaking down what these moves mean for the Lions' prospects in 2023 and beyond. As we look to the upcoming weeks, it's clear that Detroit is doing everything they can to optimize their roster and create a team that can compete at the highest level. The focus on blocking, the competition at quarterback, and the strategic roster additions all point to a team that's serious about contending. And let's not forget, the NFC North is no longer a walk in the park. The Vikings, Packers, and Bears are all looking to make their mark, which means the Lions must be at their best every single week. So to wrap this up, this signing of Steven Stylianos might seem like a small move on paper, but it's actually part of a bigger chess game. It's about building a balanced, versatile offense that can adapt and overcome whatever defenses throw at them. It's about adding depth and competition to push every player to perform at their highest level. And it's about setting the stage for another successful Lions season, one where every player, every coach, and every fan plays a vital role. Remember, Detroit Lions fans, this is just the beginning. The preseason is still underway, and there's plenty of football to be played. The roster battles will intensify, and the drama of who makes the final cut will keep us on the edge of our seats. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and keep believing in this team. Because the Lions are on the rise, and with every move they make, they're inching closer to their ultimate goal, a Super Bowl championship. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this move to add Steven Stylianos? Do you think he has what it takes to make the roster and contribute this season? Are you excited about the potential of this tight end room and how it might impact the team's offensive dynamics? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. Remember, this team's future is shaped by all of us, fans, analysts, players, and coaches alike. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. We're in this journey together, and I can't wait to see what the season has in store for this incredible team. Keep the faith, Lions fans, because the best is yet to come.